Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 31st January 2024. So first of all, we are going to take the PDF of Hindu and we are going to pick out the important articles that are relevant from our examination point of view. And we are going to see like how many dimensions you can think about that topic. So here you have to know about different dimensions, and here you have to even interlink with the different subjects. So that is the way to read current affairs, and many beginners they are doing mistake. So because of this mistake, so they are not improving their thought process. So if you are not having the good thought process, you can't write answers in a multi-dimensional manner. So if you want to write your answer in a multi-dimensional manner and as well as essay in multi-dimensional manner, so this thought process will be very helpful, and that we are going to teach through this current affairs series. So if you are watching this Rathods IAS Academy's current affairs, so please do watch consistently. So don't miss this analysis because you are going to miss the thinking process. So if you want to clear mains, so just not only focus on prelims regarding facts, you have to focus on this mains. So that mains questions, about 60 to 70% of your paper from your GS paper 3, GS paper 2 and even some case studies from your GS paper 4, they will be covering from current affairs only. So if you want to get the good marks and if you want to clear the current affairs, so this is the way that you have to read. Okay, so that is the way. There no one will be teaching you like how to read this current affairs in this simple language and this simple way. Okay, so try to make the notes. Okay, so whenever I am giving the dimensions, try to make the notes, because whenever you are getting bored while reading, so go through these notes so that you will be start thinking like in how many other dimensions that you can think. Clear? Okay, so now let us see the first article. So this is the front page of Hindu of Delhi edition, and the first article here is 14 get death penalty for Kerala BJP man's murder. So here we are not going to bother about which party everything, but here the keyword is death penalty. So the keyword here is death penalty. So here this article is important from GS paper to under polity. Okay, so it is important from polity. So in from polity point of view, you have to know what is exactly the definition of death penalty, and you have to see when courts they can give this death penalty, and you have to see about which court have the authority to give this death penalty. So we have Supreme Court, we have High Court and we have District Court. So in this District Court we have Sessions Court, which is dealing with criminal cases. So even session courts, they have the permission or the authority to give this death penalty, but it has to be said okay by High Court. Okay, and you have to see like what are the earlier Supreme Court judgments regarding this death penalty. So Supreme Court said that only in rarest of rarest cases, only in the rarer of rarest case only we have to give this death penalty. So all these are dimensions, and even you have to see like which are the sections of IPC or CRPC talks about this death penalty. So I hope you are getting the things right. So in GS paper 2 from polity point of view, these are the all dimensions. You got around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dimensions here. And we can also see from another subject point of view, that is GS paper 4. So this GS paper 4, it is about your ethics. And I am the key faculty of ethics and geography in this Rathods IAS Academy. And I took around 3 to 4 batches of ethics. Okay, and if you are a student of ethics batch, then you might be knowing about, we discussed about death penalty. So especially in attitude chapter, you will be coming across this death penalty. For example, if there is any incident which happened, you can take about 2012 Delhi gang rape case. So everyone may be familiar with this 2012 Delhi gang rape case, right? So that time here, so people were very angry against the convicts who were involved in this issue. So at that time, so everyone said that yes, we have to give death penalty. Okay, we have to give death penalty for that people. And after around 4 to 5 years, people forget about the incident and their perspective regarding this death penalty has been changed. Only the family members of that so-and-so victim are saying that yes, we have to give the death penalty, but the general people, so they have the neutral attitude. So in that way, we can say that values which are given by the people, so they will be changing with the time. Okay, so if we're talking about value, so values are changing with the time. So from this point of view, you can use this death penalty. And here regarding this death penalty, so people have different values. People have different values. So from that point of view, this article is important. And apart from that, we can also see one more dimensions, that is from GS paper to under international relations. Under GS paper to international relations, you have to see some case studies like which countries abolished this death penalty and in which countries death penalty is still going on. So here you have to collect that data. Clear? And even from society point of view, GS paper 1 and GS paper 2, we have society and social issues. So from that point of view also you have to see what is the impact of death penalty on crimes which are going in India. So even though death penalty is there, you have to see the data like whether there is decreasing of crime or not. No, even though there is death penalty, so there is nothing like decreasing of crime which is happening. So that is the thing that you can see here. Okay, so these are some important things that you have to remember from this article point of view, and these are some important dimensions that you have to think about. Okay, and here you can also take one example like, yes, here Supreme Court said that in rarer of rarest cases or in heinous crime, yes, we can go for awarding of this death penalty. So this death penalty is also called as especially capital punishment, right? So in rarest of rarer cases, we can give that. But even though here in many cases we are giving this death penalty, so the rate of crime is not decreasing. For example, rape cases. Okay, so in all these dimensions you have to think about this topic. Clear? And now let us move on to next topic. So here in the city page or in the states page, I found nothing much important in our today's newspaper. So we are directly moving on to this editorial page. Okay, we are directly moving on to this editorial page. So in our editorial page, there are two articles which are very important. I don't know what is happening today. The paper is stucking. I think there is some hangover on this system. Okay, so in the editorial page, there are two articles which are important. So first one is lead article. Okay, so first topic here is about lead article. It is talking about interim budget. So this budget and budget speech is very important from your GS paper 3. So there is no need of reading entire budget. So from examination point of view, you have to go through only budget speech. It is very important. You have to see only budget speech. It will be around 60 to 70 pages. It will be talking about so how much budget will be allocated in the different fields. And especially in this budget speech, you have to focus on the schemes. So which are the schemes are announced in this budget, or either it may be the old schemes or new schemes. Yes, you have to focus on the schemes. Okay, so that is very, very important. And from this budget speech, you can get at least one prelims question every year. Okay, so from that point of view, you have to see this. And here from GS paper 2 point of view also, There are many dimensions here. So in our Indian constitution, there is nowhere written about the word budget. So we have only one word called as annual financial statement. And you have to see like which article is talking about this annual financial statement, and you have to see like what is the process of passing this budget. And earlier one dimension was like earlier we used to have two different budgets like general budget and railway budget, but now they had been combined and now we are having only one budget. And one more important reform that we came up in this budget is advancing of date of introducing budgets. So now we are having this budget will be introduced in the house on February 1st. So this is also one important thing that you have to know about the reforms in this Indian budget. And also you have to know about what are the problems. You have to know about what are the problems faced by our Indian economy and how this budget is going to address these problems. That is also very important analysis that you have to make. So all these things are very important from your examination point of view, from GS paper 2 and as well as from GS paper 3 point of view. And even you will be having different bills like what is this finance bill. You have to know about this. What is this finance bill? What is this appropriation bill? What is this appropriation bill? And even you have to know about vote on account. What is this vote on account? So all these are the important concepts that you have to know which are related to this topic. And now let us see the newspaper. Yes, this article is talking about economic encomium. So a glowing 10-year report card must not stoke complacency. So here this article is talking about interim budget for 2024 to 2025. It is going to be produced soon by our Indian Finance Ministry, and talks about 10-year review of economy for some forward outlook. So actually this article says that yes, there are some good signals, signs that we can see that there is GDP growth of around 7% in 2024 to 2025, and even this report is saying that we are going to have the good growth after this 2024, that is around 2030. So we are going to have the growth above 7%, and this article is also saying that we are going to have about $3.7 trillion this year, and we can go to expand this target to $5 trillion in 3 years. And whenever we are reaching this target of $5 trillion economy, then India will be the third largest economy in the world. So as of now, India is the fifth largest economy. So if you are reaching this target, then India will become the world's third largest. Okay. And also we can hit this target of $7 trillion mark by 2030. So this is about the growth story of India, that is the future projections. So as of now, from 1950 to 2014, so it is a decade of transformative growth. Okay, so this article is saying that after BJP government came into power from 2014 onwards, yes, we are focusing on the growth. Okay, we are focusing on the encouraging of assumed power, and whatever the structural constraints are there, so we came up with this addressing of those constraints. And here government is saying that yes, we are providing you the subsidies, and especially we are having this large informal sector, and we came up with the development of this informal sector also. So all these things which are mainly said here. Okay, so on these lines you have to see like what are the challenges which are faced by our economy. At present we have the issue of NPA, and we have issue of inflation. Okay, let me write in the page itself. So what are the challenges that we are having in our Indian economy? If you want, you can make a note. So what are the challenges? So first one here is we have NPAs, that is non-performing assets, and we have issue of twin balance sheet issue. and we have issue of inflation in the market, and there are different perspectives of GDP projections, and there is decreasing of exports, and on another side there is increased imports. So this condition is leading to trade deficit. So we have also issue of current account deficit. And we are also having other issues like decreasing of investments. And manufacturing sector is performing low. Yes or no? And even recently one report said that the consumption is decreasing in India because of decreasing of purchasing power parity. Okay, so all these are the economic challenges that we are facing in our country, and we have to see like how this budget is going to address these issues. So these are very, very important. Okay, clear? And now let us move back to the paper. And next topic, it is about a blurred mapping of internal female migration. So this article is focusing on internal migration, that too female migration. So this article is very important from your geography point of view and even from your economy point of view. Okay. So this article is talking about topic called as migration. Yes or no? It is talking about topic of migration. So what is the meaning of migration? Migration in simple words, I can say moving from one place to another. Yes or no? Moving from one place to another. So if you are talking about types, so we have internal migration and also we have international migration. So internal means within country. International means from one country to another country. Okay, so this article is talking about internal. And whenever you are studying about this migration, you have to see what are the causes or what are the reasons of migration. So in these reasons we have pull factors and push factors. And this pull and push factors are very important from your prelims point of view. You have to know like what are the pull factors and what are the push factors which are leading to this migration in India. And apart from that, you have to see what is the impact of migration. Okay, what is the impact of migration from two dimensions again here. From where they are moving. Okay, that means the present place to moving place. That means now present they are at state 1 and they want to move to state 2. So what is the impact on economy of this state 1 and what is the impact on economy on this state 2, and not only economy, even from society point of view, social issues point of view. So what will be the issues? So all these things are that you have to know. And especially you have to collect some case studies. Like where Indian diaspora is present, like USA, UK. So in which country Indian diaspora is huge. Okay, so all those things are very, very important. Okay, so this is about migration point of view. So now let us see what this article is talking about. So if you see this migration, so men are migrating and even women are migrating. So it is focusing on women migration. So here this article is talking about what are the challenges which are faced by women and what are the problems regarding the data, and it is talking about what are the reasons why women are migrating. So one important reason commonly everyone knows is because of marriage. So even I am from state of Telangana, my husband is also from state of Telangana, but my husband's district is very far and it will be taking around 4 to 5 hours of time to reach my mother's home. Okay, so here one important primary reason for migration is marriage. Marriage is one of the primary reasons for women, and not only that, other causes will be in livelihood issues and for the sake of the children, okay, to get better livelihood opportunities, everything. So these are the reasons why women is moving from one place to another place. And here we have different data. Okay, so data will be released by labor survey, data is released by different studies like periodic labor force. Okay, so all those data, they are focusing only on men, so they are not focusing on women. So this is one of the important issue that is mainly said in this article, and it said that what are the steps that can be taken. So all these things are covered in this article and we are going to see that in detail. Clear? And let us move on to this opinion page. So in this opinion page, I found one article which is relevant. Most teens use social media but lack skills to protect themselves. So because of increased science and technology, because of increasing of mobile internet and as well as mobile signals, okay, signals in the rural areas, so especially there is increased use of smartphones, and even because of this COVID-19 pandemic also there is increased penetration of the smartphones usage by these students, children, etc. So yes, many of them, about 90% of them, they are using the social media platform, but only 50% of them, they know about how to block their profile and how to keep their account private, but not all. So here we can connect this topic with social media, advantages and disadvantages. Yes or no? So we can connect this topic with social media, advantages and disadvantages. Yes, we have lots and lots of advantages if you are using in a right way. So we are also having disadvantages. That means it is affecting the privacy. And as you know, right to privacy, it is a fundamental right which comes under Article 21. So this is a thing not said by me, it is said by Supreme Court in case Puttaswamy versus Union of India 2017 judgment. Okay, so in this way you have to know about what are the disadvantages if you are not having the knowledge of how to control the social media platforms, then it will be having a lot of issue on your life. Okay, so here you have to know about that, and this topic we can connect with this social media and its impact. Okay, so this article is important from GS paper to under society point of view. Okay, and now let us move on to this news page. Yeah, in this text and context there is one article. So in yesterday's class I said that Iran also started attacking Pakistan. Why? Because Iran is saying that one terrorist organization, Jaish-e-Ahmad, so it wants to liberate Sistan region in Iran and as well as Balochistan region in this Pakistan. So because of this, here Iran started attacking this Pakistan as well. So it is one of the tragedy which is going on in this West Asia. Okay, so we have to see this topic, and in yesterday's lecture itself I gave you some background regarding this, why Iran is attacking Pakistan, and there is one article which appeared clearly in this text and context, and we are going to see even on the date wise as well, that is timeline as well. And this topic is important from GS paper to under international relations. Okay, and this topic is important from your geography and as well as international relations, and you have to focus on especially map here. So you can get a map based question and you have to see like map of West Asia entirely. Okay, so now let us move on to this news page. Yes, in this news page you can see one article which is relevant. That is 3 CRPF personnel killed in Maoist attack in Bastar region. So here what are the keywords? Keywords here is CRPF and next one is Cobra and as well as Maoist. So now let us see the dimensions, like what you have to read. So there are 3 keywords, right? So we have CRPF. So CRPF is part of CA, Central Armored Police Force. So it is one of the force which comes under the CAPF. And you have to see what is this CRPF and what is the mandate. And the second one is you have to know about what is this Cobra. Okay, you have to know about what is this Cobra, it is very important. And third one is you have to know about Maoism or left-wing extremism. Okay, so you have to know about what are the reasons for this left-wing extremism. So one primary reason here is because of lack of development. Okay, because of lack of development. And you have to see, like, in these years what are the measures which are taken by the government to address this issue of Maoism or left-wing extremism. Okay, so this article is very important from your GS paper 3 under internal security point of view. Okay, under security point of view, this article is very important. Okay, so all these are the different dimensions that you have to think. And this topic is important from your prelims the most. Yes, and next topic here is India, US, ties will make democratic world order stronger. So this article is talking about India-US relations. So this article is at most important. So the capital and technological know-how from the US that can help India achieve the goal of becoming the developed country by 2047. So we have a dream. Okay, the aim of the government, it is to make India a developed country by 2047. So this 2047 which marks 100th year of independence, right? So here we are focusing on investments. Okay, so whenever we are getting investments from other countries, we are also ensuring that we are getting the highest returns. Okay, here you have to see like how this India-US ties will be very helpful. So as you all know that India is the largest democratic country in the world and US also another big democracy. So when these two big democracies, they are cooperating with each other, that will make democratic world order strong. Okay, so this will be acting as a force for rules-based order across the globe so that it will be beneficial for the entire world. So this is the thing which mainly said here. So US and India need to come towards together and they have to focus on business and strategic sectors. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said by our Union Home Minister. And actually if you're talking about why India and US came together, so we have some commonalities, like we are focusing on rules based order, we are focusing on ensuring of safe and free Indo-Pacific region. Okay, and we are having the lots and lots of commonalities, that is both enemy is China, like that. So in this context, we both countries come together and we can focus on some important things like how can we ensure safety and security in this region. Okay, and we can also focus on especially democracy as well. So whenever these two large countries of democracies are coming together, so that we can ensure democracy. So democracy will be becoming stronger and stronger. Okay, so that is the thing which mainly said, and here you have to see some dimensions. So what are those dimensions? So this article is talking about India-US relations. So this article is talking about India-US relations. So here you have to know about history or background. You have to know about history or background of India-US relations, and you have to see like which are the areas of cooperation, and you have to see like what are the challenges between India and the US, and you have to see like commonalities. Not only this, we have to see like in which areas, okay, in which areas we are together, and even you have to see like different groupings where India and USA are both partners. And you can see even the exercise between India and US, different exercises like army exercise, naval exercise, air force exercise, etc. Okay, so those are very important from your examination point of view. And now let us move on. Yes, here you can see very important topic, that is our Prime Minister pays tribute to Mahatma Gandhi. So that is nothing but 76th death anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi celebrated, and our Prime Minister, he paid floral tribute to Father of Nation. So actually I can say one thing. So the tip here is, whenever you are preparing for UPSC, so thoroughly prepare Gandhiji topic. So there will be no paper of UPSC without a question of Gandhiji. So it is very important. So it is one tip of UPSC examination that I gave today. And next topic, it is about after 4 years of survey, India's snow leopard count is about 718. So India has estimated that there are around 718 snow leopards in wild. And according to first of its kind 4 years long estimation exercise, so here we made the data public. It is around 718 snow leopards that we can see in India. Okay, so this data, which mainly used collected by using these camera traps and as well as location surveying, etc. So actually this snow leopard is known to be an elusive cat, and it is located in the mountainous terrain. It is not present on the grasslands or in the forest. So we can see like it is present in the mountainous terrain. So here it is very hard to access these areas, and exercise for the first time marks a base threshold for the animals' numbers in India. And we can see highest number of the snow leopard is seen in Ladakh, and next one is Uttarakhand, next one is Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, and as well as Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so these are some important things that you have to remember regarding this topic. And even you have to know about conservation status. So actually this snow leopard is listed under vulnerable in IUCN red list, and even these snow leopards are facing some threats. So the threats are like free ranging dogs, so dogs are attacking on them, and human wild conflicts, and even poaching for the skin of the snow leopard. So all these are the threats which are faced by the snow leopard. And next topic is India nominates 12 forts of Marathas for UNESCO World Heritage Site. So India nominated, but they had not yet been declared. So you have to see like what is this World Heritage list. And recently some important areas which got the status of this World Heritage, you have to see what are they. And even in the art and culture, there is one separate topic which talks about World Heritage sites, which are tangible and intangible. You have to go through that chapter. And apart from that, you have to talk about the architecture of Marathas. So all these things are very important from your examination point of view. Don't forget. And now let us move on to this world page. Yes, you can see one very interesting article that is about Philippines, Vietnam signed deal on South China Sea. Okay, so Philippines and Vietnam, they signed agreements on Tuesday to prevent incidents in South China Sea, and they want to improve cooperation between their coast guards, and they want to come up with growing alliance that will likely to be frowned upon by China, so which claims virtually entire waters. And next one here is the agreements along with the discussions on enhancing information sharing, and even they are focusing on training exercises between Vietnamese and Philippines militaries. Okay, so here if you're talking about this article, it is focusing on South China Sea, and there are lots of dimensions here. So this article is talking about South China Sea. So for example, let me draw the map here. So we have like this somewhat. Okay, so it is not exactly. Here we have Korea, and here we have Russia like this. Okay, so here we have Japan. And what happened, this is South China Sea. So in the South China Sea, almost all countries which are sharing boundary with the South China Sea, they have conflict with this China. Because of islands like Spratly Islands, okay, Spratly Islands and as well as Scarborough Shoal Islands. Okay, so there are 3 islands which are present in this region. So regarding this, they are fighting because of territorial jurisdiction. And here Chinese came up with this 9 dashed line in this region, and China says that entire this area which comes under jurisdiction of China. Okay, so because of this, the issue which is going on this South China Sea regarding this Parcel Islands, Spratly Islands and Scarborough Shoal Islands. So now what happened? So Philippines and Vietnam, they came up together and they came with agreement that they want to counter this China in the South China Sea, and they are going to have this military exchanges and as well as training exchanges, information sharing, etc. regarding this region. And this article is very important. You have to know about some facts regarding this South China Sea, and you have to know about the map of the South China Sea. Clear? And now let us move on to this business page, and in this business page I found nothing much important. So these are the very important articles that appear in now today's Hindu newspaper. Now let us see the notes part. And if you want to get these notes, you can join the Telegram channel. Link is given in description box. And till now we saw which are the articles important from our examination point of view, and I gave you dimensions and I also connected with the different subjects. So if you're really understanding like how to study this current affairs, so please do hit the like button. It will be not taking 2 seconds. So for your sake, I am getting up around 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I am coming up with this analysis. So can't you hit a like button? Just you can spare not more than 1 or 2 seconds for me and hit the like button before leaving. So this is my request, and even share this video to your friends also. So because this is very informative video. So if you watch any YouTube channel which is taking this analysis, they are not going to teach in this way like different dimensions connecting of GS, and they will be not giving you the tips like how to clear mains, everything. But here we are focusing on everything and each and every aspect of UPSC. So please do share this video to your friends also. It will be very helpful. And please do share these videos in the different groups where you join, like Telegram groups or WhatsApp groups, or in your college or in your institutes, etc. So please try to spread the information of this Rathods IAS. Okay, yeah, that's it. So this is a request from my side. Yeah, now let us see the first article. It is about death penalty, right? So here context says that a court in Kerala awarded death penalty to 14 out of 15 convicts. So this is given by District Sessions Court. So in the district courts, we have civil courts and session courts. So session courts, they will be dealing with criminal matters. So session courts will be dealing with criminal matters, and this district court will also have the power to award this death penalty, but it should be referred to the High Court. So if we're talking about capital punishment in India, so capital punishment is also called as death penalty. So it is a high punishment which is given to the crimes which are heinous. And it is the most extreme kind of punishment, and it is punishment laid out for the cruelest or the heinous crimes committed against humanity. So what are the arguments which are against this death penalty? So here statistical evidence says that it does not confirm that deterrence works. Some of those executed may not have been capable of being deterred because of mental illness or defect. So because of mental illness or because of defect, they can do this type of crimes. But even though here, without consciousness, they will be doing that. Okay, some capital crimes are committed in such an emotional state that perpetrator do not think about the possible consequences. So they will be not thinking about the possible consequences later. Because of that, they will be doing that crime. And death has been prescribed in rape cases since 2013 according to section 376A of IPC. But even though the number of rape cases had not been decreased, but even though they had been increased many fold times, yes, and even there is one more issue here is execution of innocent. So have you watched this movie of Jawan? So in that movie of Jawan, Deepika Padukone was executed and she gave the death penalty, but she is innocent. Yes or no? So execution of the innocent here is the most common argument against capital punishment is that sooner or later innocent people may be killed because of mistakes and because of the flaws which are present in our justice system. So this is also one cause of concern. And next one is according to Amnesty International, so as long as human justice remains fallible, there is a risk of executive innocent. So that can be never eliminated. So this is also one important thing. And the next one is death has been abolished as a form of punishment in the most of developed countries. So why we can't come up with in India? So this is also one question. And even United Nations Secretary General came up with a report on this death penalty that presented to the Human Rights Council, which held that some 170 states they have been abolished or introduced a moratorium on the death penalty. Okay, so because of this we can also come up with this type of the things or reforms in our justice system. So capital punishment does not rehabilitate the prisoner. So prisoner he will be hanged to death, so that he will be not giving any chance for the rehabilitation or he will be not returning in the society. So this is one cause of concern. So these are some arguments which are against this death penalty in India. And what are the arguments which are in favor? Yes, it is retribution. So one key principles of this retribution is, so the people should get what they deserve in the proportion of severity of the crime. Yes, if they killed one person, they should be killed. So this is about the retribution. So based on the heinous or the crime, so you need to get the punishment. And next one is argument states that real justice requires people to suffer for their wrongdoing and to suffer in a way appropriate for the crime. And next one is each criminal should get what they deserve. Okay. And this one is deterrence. So capital punishment is often justified with the argument that by executing convicted murderers, they will deter would-be murderers from the killing people. And next one is there are many examples of persons condemned to death taking the opportunity of the time before execution or repent, express remorse and very often experience profound spiritual rehabilitation. And next topic it is about internal female migration. So there is lots of data which is given here, and if you want you can make note down of the data. Okay, so this article is talking about internal female migration. I said like, so within the country females are moving from one place to another place. So this is called as internal female migration. So internal female migration is a crucial form of physical and social transaction. It is seen in India. So if you are talking about data that is given by this periodic labor force survey. So this periodic labor force survey collects data on employment and unemployment indicators, and had estimated that it is around 27% from June 2020 to June 2021. However, women especially of working age, they comprise a greater share of migrant pool. But there is a little dialogue surrounding them. So it is a one cause of concern which said by this female labor force participation rate. And even the data which is given by different national surveys, they are showing inaccurate picture regarding this migration of female. So here this periodic labor force survey data suggests that so the leading reason for the migration among women is marriage. So marriage is important reason that is leading to the 81% of women they are migrating. Okay, next one is migration of family members leads to 10% of migration of women. And next one is because of employment only 2.42% of women they are migrating, and migration for education opportunities like 0.48%. So these are data regarding what are the reasons behind the migrations of women. So first one is marriage, next one is migration of family members, employment opportunities, migration for education opportunities. And actually this article says that there is no provision to know secondary reasons or motivations such as even climate shocks and even food insecurities. They are also the key drivers of women migration, but they are underestimated. So in the same way, data from these surveys regarding migrant women labor force participation, that is giving misinformation. So according to this periodic labor force survey, approximately 3/4 of migrant women, they are unemployed. They are unemployed. And about 14% of migrant women, they are self-employed and wage employed job. And approximately 12% are in casual labor. And second one is, there are some issues regarding the definition of women migration, because women, they are moving for maximum along with their family, right? And it also leads to under-reporting of employment of migrating women. So migrating women data is under-reported. And according to the definition of employment which used by the national surveys, that means they have to have a contract. Okay, they need to have a verbal or written contract between employer and as well as employee in this labor force. But here women, they are largely classified as unemployed because they will be not having any written contract or verbal contract. So this is one important issue. And even whenever women, they are choosing employment that allow them even to handle their domestic duties. For example, I am a working woman, so I will be taking classes in this Rathods IS, and I will be taking the classes even for prelims and as well as mains course. Okay, so not only that, so if you see me itself, if I take example of me, I will be getting up around 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the morning, and I will be preparing content, and after that I have to reach the recording room and I have to record the class. And after recording the class, I will be giving every details to the team members, and I will be going to the home. And by that time here, my children will be waking up. I have 2 kids, 1 boy and 1 girl, and they are just 7.5 months as of now. And I have to take care of them, and after getting them bath and everything is done, then I have to come to office again and I have to do some work, and at the lunch time I will be going back. Okay, so here I have to maintain both my professional life and family life. Okay, I have to both maintain them. So many a times here women, they will be searching for the jobs that are very helpful for them. Like they have to even handle their domestic duties, and they have to contribute to the household production or finances. So I have to help my family for the finances, and I have to take care of my family, my kids, my in-laws, my husband, everyone in the family, right? So that I will be always searching the job which is very much easy for me to get access. Okay, and next one is human and social capital. So in this periodic labor force data, about 85% of the women, they have less than 10 years of education, so which is creating the problems now. And there is also, they do not have proper social networks. Okay, so because of this, they are having the problem here is they are not getting proper employment chances. And especially female migration for labor or employment increased by 101% if you are comparing the data from 2001 to 2011. But even though here we can see the women employment is largely invisible, and they are also facing lots and lots of hurdles and marginalization, etc. And there is lack of targeted policies for this migrated women. So it has several detrimental outcomes, like there is lack of good data on female migrants, and treating this migrant women and men are same. So we are not treating this migrated men and women same by the government policies. And even whenever you're talking about policy making, so they are focusing on especially male migrants but not female migrants. So even government recently took some steps like One Nation, One Ration Card, Interim portal, and affordable rental housing complexes, etc. They are targeting this male migrated population but not female. So this is also one important issue. And what are the steps that we can take? So first one is, we can go for conducting of national surveys, and we have to include the data of female migrants also, and we have to come up with more information regarding to socio-economic conditions post migration. So after migration, so what are the socio-economic conditions? And even in this periodic labor force survey, so it indicates that minute percentage have access to social security benefits. And why they are not having this data here is, so there is no proper data of these people, so that we need to have the proper data of this rest of population who have migrated. And we have to increase awareness about the plight of these women to encourage progressive policy making. So even the policy making, we have to include about the problems of these women migrants. So all these things are very, very important. Clear? And now let us move on to next topic. It is about social media and its impact on the society, especially adolescents. Okay, so this article says that more than 90% of adolescents age, so they are using the social media, but out of this only 50% of knowing about how to block their profile and how to maintain their account private. So among Indian teenagers in rural areas who cannot even read a paragraph or a text, so they have around 30% of people, they can still browse the internet, and they can close to 50% they can find video on YouTube. So this is the thing which mainly said by ASER report, or annual status of education report in rural areas. So the same ASER survey is saying that the students who are belonging to the age group of 14 to 18 years, so they were asked to read a paragraph. Those who could read the words but not the sentences, they are said at word level. So the data are analyzed here from the district level. So there are, when we are moving from one district to another district, so there is a variation in the data. And even when you are moving from one state to another state also, there is variation which is seen here. So that is the data which is given here, and you can go through this data. And here you have to think like what will be the impact. Okay. And next topic, it is about Pakistan and Iran calm after the storm. So this article is very important from your international relations. Already the background of this article that I gave you in the yesterday's class. So if you see here the context, it says that on January 16th, a day after the strikes in Iran and Syria, Iran targeted Pakistan's Balochistan province. Okay, Iran targeted this Pakistan's Balochistan province with missiles, and with this missiles it killed 2 people. So if you see other details on next day, that is January 17th, so condemning the attacks as unprovoked and a breach of sovereignty, Pakistan recalled its ambassador from Tehran and expelled the Iranian ambassador. So Pakistan also suspended all high-profile bilateral visits, okay, which are planned and which are ongoing to be planned. So all these meetings have been cancelled by Pakistan. And later on 18 January, Pakistan reiterated by targeting individuals and terrorist organizations in Iran's Sistan and Balochistan province, and Pakistan killed 9 people there. So later on, Pakistan's foreign ministry claimed Iran was close friend with a great respect and affection for the Iranian people. And the next day, on 19 January, the National Security Council meeting decided to address each other's security concerns in the larger interest of regional peace and stability. As you know that Iran is a neighboring country and brotherly Muslim country, so they want to come with a peace in this region. So National Security Council decided to address this issue. And later on 22nd January, a joint statement issued by 2 foreign ministers, and they agreed on return of ambassadors. And on January 26th, so ambassadors, they returned to their office in Tehran and as well as Islamabad. On 20th January, Iran's foreign minister arrived in Islamabad to discuss about its economic and security issues between these 2 countries. So where is this Balochistan province is present? Balochistan system. So this is the province, and actually Iran is saying that there are terror organizations. That terror organization is Jaish-e-Adl, so which is present here, and it wants to liberate this region of Sistan of Iran and as well as Balochistan of Pakistan. So now let us see some facts regarding this Jaish-e-Adl. So it is also called as Army of Justice. It is a Sunni militant group, and it came into emergence in year 2012. And important primary members of this are ethnic Baloch community, and these people, they are residing in the both sides, that is Iran side and Pakistan border. So the group is considered as offshoot of Jundullah organization. So actually which got its strength after diminishing of Iran arrested many of its members, and Jaish-e-Adl's main objective is to include seeking independence of Iran's Sistan province and as well as Pakistan's southwest Balochistan province. Okay, so this is about this topic. And now let us move on to next topic. It is about Maoist attack, and we are going to see what is CRPF and what is this Cobra. Okay, so context says that 3 personnel of CRPF and 2 of them from Cobra, they were killed and 15 injured in an encounter with Maoists along boundary of Sukma, Bijapur districts, which is located in this Chhattisgarh region. And this Chhattisgarh region is much affected by this left-wing extremism. And this Chhattisgarh is part of Red Corridor. It is a part of Red Corridor. So, if we are talking about some facts regarding about this CRPF, so CRPF, it is one of the premier central armed police forces of India. So, under which ministry? That comes under Union Home Ministry. Okay, so CRPF, it is one of the oldest central paramilitary forces. Okay, so it comes under Ministry of Home Affairs. It is very important fact. And CRPF came into existence as Crown's representative police on 27 July 1939. And even it became the Central Reserve Police Force on enactment of CRPF Act in December 1949. So, we are talking about some facts regarding this COBRA. So, it is a specialized force, and this force has been raised for guerrilla or jungle warfare type of operations, and they will be dealing with this Maoist. So, they are called as even jungle warriors. So, the person of this COBRA, they were selected from CRPF as COBRA as integral part of this CRPF. And they undergo rigorous commando and jungle warfare training before being posted to COBRA BNS, okay, for anti-Naxal operations. So, all there are around 10 COBRA units raised between 2008 and 2011, and most of its 10 battalions, they are deployed for anti-Naxal operations in Chhattisgarh and as well as in Jharkhand region. So, apart from that, there will be also tasked with sometimes like counter-insurgency operations in northeastern part of our country. So, these are the very important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So, by this I am concluding. So, if you really like this class, hit the like button and don't forget to leave the session without hitting a like button. And please do share this video to your friends. So, this is only one request from my side. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. So, in future we are going to come up with lots and lots of videos regarding your UPSC preparation. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching.